All right, it's me again. Welcome to Faith Fit Psalms. I'm Brian. I'm going to be your host and to serve you, get up on my shoulders. I've learned a few things in life, and hopefully, I can impart something to you today to help you along the way. Paul said in First Timothy, the book of First Timothy in the New Testament, he said, "Hey, Timothy, my son." Paul was a lot older. Spend your time and energy in training yourself for spiritual fitness. That physical fitness stuff, it's really good, but it's only good for this life. But spiritual exercise, spiritual training profits not only in this life, make a good citizen of the kingdom of God, but also in the life to come, which is eternity, which, as far as I know, is a really, really long time. So today we're going to be looking at Faith Fit Psalms, Tip the Scale. TIP, tip the scale. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But basically, it's turning it into prayer, taking the Psalms and turning it into prayer. Now, when I say tip the scales, I'm not talking about that scale that you have in your house somewhere because you don't like to get up on it most of the time. Not a scale that weighs your physical weight, but I'm talking about more the scales of life, the journey of life, the direction of life, the momentum of life. And I want to help tip the scales in your favor. I've been doing this for a few years. I'm 68 years old, and just want to give you my best today. Please receive my love and whatever guidance along the way I can give you. I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I get really nervous before I do these videos, and not that I'm afraid or fear. It's just that I want to do a good job for you and hope that I can just help you along the way. If you go to the channel, Faith Fit Psalms, you can see that this is the fifth of five sort of avenues or paths or little buckets that I've laid out to help you get your spirit man fit. Uh, there's exercises using the Psalms with your voice, declaring the Psalms out loud that builds that inner man, builds your heart. There are spiritual PEDs, not to be confused with performance enhancing drugs, which are illegal, but the legal spiritual PEDs, Psalms, encouragement for the day. We look also at the Psalms through, according to AI, not artificial intelligence, but through awe and inspiration. We also I teach you how to change your diet. So the diet of your soul, putting your mind on heavenly things. Most people know their ROI, return on investment, but do you know your ROH, your reality of heaven? So talk about that. And today, this last kind of bringing a full circle is tipping the scales, the Psalms, tipping the scales, turning them into prayer. Now, when I use that word prayer, most people go, "Oh yeah. It's important." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, we all know that. But the question is, do we do it?" Okay, that's a whole different question. And I'm not going to condemn you by any stretch of the imagination because it's the same thing for me too. I know I should pray. I want to pray. The question is, how often do I pray? Do I pray? And I want to help along those lines. I want to come alongside you and encourage you that it's really important for spiritual fitness and you can do it. Look at me right in the eyes. You can do this thing. Okay. So I'm going to come alongside. I looked it up right before I came on the video here. And I said to Google, AI, whatever, I said, "Hey, how many books have been written about prayer?" And they said, "Well, technically that's impossible. There are so many to give an exact number, but there are millions." Can you believe that? Millions of books written on prayer to encourage you because of the importance. But why is it so darn hard? Well, welcome to life. Welcome to the journey of life. I'm going to tell you that there's actually two simple reasons why people don't pray even though they know it's really important. Now you say, if it's so simple, why is it so hard? Okay, yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. It's a good question, by the way. I've asked this question myself. So there are two reasons, simple reasons, why people don't pray, yet they're not easy to do. So how can something be simple and not easy? Oh, because isn't that the definition of simple? It's easy. Well, welcome again to one of the mysteries of life. How something so simple is so hard to do, but here I am coming alongside you, and we're going to model this today. So yeah, we'll end up doing it. So the two reasons, now that you asked, thank you, is number one, people don't pray because they don't make an appointment. Would you end up at the dentist office if you didn't make an appointment? Probably not. How about meeting with your friends if you didn't make an appointment? Would you just say, well, if I see you along the way, we'll hang out? Well, you're going to be alone a lot. But if you make an appointment, then and keep it, then it's you'll do it. So you got to make an appointment. Now that part, I can advise you, I can come alongside you, I can cheer you on, but you've got to do that. But here's the good news: if you're preparing for a marathon and you are out of shape, you wouldn't run 10 miles or 6 miles. You'd start with like a quarter mile, then get up to a half and get to a mile. And over time, you'd get to a few miles and probably take a year and you'd get up to marathon level. So that's just common sense. Well, in the same way, if you don't have a strong fitness in prayer, let's just start with 5 minutes. Then it'll go to 10, 15. And believe me, after I finish encouraging you, and if you keep checking in with me, I'm going to suggest you'll even get addicted to prayer in a good way, because you'll be touching the heart of God and things will begin to change. But we'll start with 5 minutes. So you got to make an appointment. Okay, so you make the appointment. You get to the appointment. You know what? The second reason why people don't pray, even if they make an appointment, the second reason is because they don't know what to say. They don't have a language. It's like, well, what am I going to say? Well, I can pray for Aunt Susie because she has a cold, I heard, and my next door neighbor's lawn is turning yellow, and so I'll pray for his lawn. Well, after a while, you just say, you just run out of words. And so who wants to do that? Not me. And so, but make an appointment, start with 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to suggest you make it in the morning or the evening when everything else is relaxed and you're not competing with the phone and work and traffic and all this other getting ready for the day. So you make an appointment, and then here's the second answer to the second issue. What to use, what language. And we're going to use his own word. We're going to take the Psalms and read them and then pray them back. Trust me, you're never going to have a problem again with language. It's going to be the opposite. You're going to go, oh no, I'm running out of time. I got to go. And then you'll make another appointment. All right, are you with me? Okay, we're going to do this. Now, before we actually get into this in the next few minutes, I want to give one more encouragement to you. Two things. And I'm going to read this. We're going to actually go to Psalm 23. Now, you can scroll there on your phone. Of course, if you're watching the video on your phone, it's going to be hard to do that. Or maybe you have a Bible, a book Bible. And we're going to go to Psalm 23 eventually in a couple of minutes. But before we get there, I want to encourage you with this. You can hear, well, number one, God hears your prayers. Okay? He hears. And here's, we're looking at Psalm 22, verse 24. For he has not ignored, he being God, God does not ignore the suffering of the needy. He does not turn and walk away. He has listened to their cries for help. So as you begin to pray and you talk to God using his own word, I'm telling you right now, He hears. So just receive that. Just believe that. He hears. But here's something equally important, because prayer is really a dialogue. You talk to him using his own words, and in this case, through the Psalms. You can use other scriptures, but we'll use the Psalms for the sake of our time today. So he hears you, but guess what? You, yes, you, simple old you can hear his voice. As a matter of fact, he kind of expects it. And we're going to see in Psalm 23 that we call him our shepherd. And in John, in the New Testament, book of John, chapter 10, he says, I am the shepherd of the sheep. My sheep, verse 4, hear my voice when I talk to them. You can hear his voice. Now, you may say, well, not too much, or I don't think so. Well, yeah, it's like anything else. You're learning a language. In the beginning, it's difficult. But trust me, as you make your appointment and you take his word and you talk it back to him, and then listen in your heart, your spiritual ears, you'll begin to hear and you'll begin to have a dialogue. And you know what? You'll like that. You'll want to come back. Okay, so now I have to give a disclaimer. Some, sites you look at, some channels you go to, they'll say, hey, watch me, but don't do this at home. Well, I'm doing the opposite. You can watch me. I'm going to model this because we're doing this together. But hey, do this at home. Do it. Do it. Okay, Psalm 23. So you grab one of the Psalms, and someday, believe it or not, if I have enough time, I'm in the fourth quarter of my life. I'm 68. So it depends how long I live. But my goal would be to take every single one of these Psalms, there's 150 of them, and pray them back and just pray and listen to God and watch what he does. Okay, are you with me? Psalm 23. I'm just going to read it through one time, and then we're going to go back and we're going to pray. The Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. He lets me rest in green meadows. He leads me beside peaceful streams. He renews my strength, or he restores my soul. He guides me along the right paths, bringing honor to his name. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a feast for me in the presence of my enemies, presence of my difficulties. You welcome me as a guest. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows with blessing. Surely your goodness and unfailing love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will to live in the house of the Lord forever. Okay, so that's how many verses are there? There's 6 verses. Okay, so we read it through once. Just take a deep breath. This is the living word of God. Remember, this word is alive, it's active, it has the ability to go right straight into our heart, between the soul and the spirit, right into the core of our life, and guide us and talk to us. Now let's pray. So here's prayer. The Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. And you just talk to him and say, Lord, thank you for being my shepherd. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for going before me, making my rough places smooth. You're my shepherd. Well, that makes me a sheep. I'm simple, Lord. I don't have all the answers. I need you. I need you. Sometimes that's the greatest prayer you can ever pray. You're my shepherd. You take care of all my needs. I have everything I need. May not everything I want. That's a different story. But Lord, as I think about it, and right about now, you start to pray. You start to give thanks. Lord, thank you for my wife. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my job. Thank you for provision. Thank you for my car. Thank you for, and it, dot, 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 goes on. You let me rest in green meadows beside peaceful streams. Thank you for all the times in my life, Lord, where you've given me rest to my soul. You know, shepherd goes and finds out the watering places. And now between those watering places and the green meadows, a lot of times there's a wilderness. And we know about wildernesses, difficult times. But as we hang in there and follow him and he provides for us, he brings us to these places. Thank you for all the times of rest. And there you renew my strength. Lord, maybe you need your strength renewed right now. Lord, I'm harried. I'm stressed. Would you lead me to rest and beside a peaceful stream, not a waterfall where it's like I might fall in and it's too high or it's too loud. I like those peaceful streams. I can just get a cup of water and rest. You renew my strength. You restore my soul. Let's face it, life, you can beat us up a lot. Lord, would you please restore my soul? You may have a memory comes up that's really painful. It's like, could you touch that memory? I love you, Lord. He guides me along right paths, bringing honor to your name, Lord. Guide me. How many times are we in a situation it's like, what do I do next? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do nothing? Do I rise up? Do I sit down? What do I say something or should I be quiet? I don't know. It's you gotta ask and say, Lord, I bring up this situation of my job situation or a bill that's coming due, and would you guide me in a relationship? Guide me in this along the right path, because I want to bring honor to your name. I can tell you this, when you pray like that, your prayers get answered, because when you tell the Lord, Lord, I need you. You're my shepherd. Guide me to bring honor to your name. He's going to answer. Now, if you say, Lord, guide me to bring honor to my name, that's more like the lottery. We love the Lord. He's our shepherd. Verse 4, even when I walk through the valley, darkness, and there are valleys of darkness, and we don't like them, I'm not going to be afraid. But maybe we are. Lord, would you take that fear away from me? Would you help me? Or maybe you know somebody who's in a really tough spot. I know somebody who's in a really tough spot. So I pray for him, Lord, would you help my friend? And I'm specific with his name. And would you help him? Would you comfort him? Would you help him in his mourning? Just give him hope. I'm not going to be afraid, even though I walk through that difficult. You know why? Because you, Lord, as my shepherd, you're close beside me. So maybe you need to take a minute and just believe that. And just say, hey, soul, listen up. God's for me. He's with me. He's right beside me. Take a minute and just feel his presence. Supernatural. Your rod and your staff, they protect me. They comfort me. Do you need protection? Cry out. Ask. Do you need comfort? Ask for that too. You prepare a feast for me in the presence of all my difficulties. We always want to run from our difficulties. Get out of them. Go as fast as you can in the opposite direction. Sometimes he said, you stay right where you are and I'll provide for you. I'll provide a feast for you right in the midst of your troubles. He anoints us with oil. He protects us. He welcomes us. He gives us abundantly. And you listen. Listen. What's he saying? surely your goodness and unfailing love will pursue me all the days of my life. So think about that. If you know the Lord's pursuing you, then quit. Stop. Stop running. Let him catch up to you. Now, that pursuing there is a word that it means chasing down with the idea of actually catching you. So his love, his unfailing love and goodness are trying to track you down in love to capture you and overwhelm you with his goodness and unfailing love. And if I knew someone was catching up to me to bless me, I'd stop right where I was and say, hurry up, baby. Come get me. All the days of my life. Whew, so I don't have to worry about my future. Then it concludes with this. You're trying to pursue me. You're trying to overtake me. You're trying to bless me. And you know what I do? I respond to that, Lord. I want to live in your presence, in your house, all the days of my life. Then you listen. What's he saying? What's he doing for your heart? Is he bringing up something you need to change? Is he urging you or nudging you? Hey, call so-and-so. Maybe you need to apologize. Maybe you need to forgive. I don't know. You know, if I stopped this video right now and started all over again, over the last 5 or 6 minutes that we've been doing the prayer, it wouldn't be the same, because God would speak something else to me. So you can do this. I want to encourage you, verse by verse. And you know, if you set an appointment for 5 minutes, you may find you might only do one verse. I moved along a little bit more quickly just to give you an overview. But you might only get one verse and your 5 minutes is up. Maybe next time plan for 10. Sometimes you might not hear him. That doesn't mean he's not speaking. He's just sealing something in your heart. You go to work, you're walking the dog, you're at the grocery store, and all of a sudden, something you prayed that he didn't answer you instantaneously. And there it is. I can't tell you how many times I've been along the way doing something else after I prayed. And it's like, that's the answer. That's what I need to do. That's the comfort I needed. He's a good God, and he's madly in love with you. Okay, keep checking me out. Subscribe if you want. I'm going to keep uploading because I've dedicated this last part of my life to helping people get spiritually fit. Again, I love you. I hope you enjoyed something. I hope you learned something. You can watch it again or keep joining me. You're always going to get my best. I love you, man.